Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chill English Channel. I'm Sophia, and I'm really happy you are here with us today.
And I'm Jake. It's great to have you here again. Wherever you are right now, we hope you can relax, take a deep breath, and enjoy this conversation with us.
Today, we want to talk about something very personal, something many people feel, but not everyone talks about.
We're going to talk about feeling behind in life.
Maybe you look at other people and think, they are doing so much better than me.
Maybe someone your age already has a successful career, a beautiful home, a relationship, or a family, while you are still trying to understand what you want.
Or maybe you open social media and see people traveling, getting new jobs, starting businesses, getting married, or reaching their goals.
And then you look at your own life and think, why am I not there yet?
If you have ever had that thought, you are not alone.
And more importantly, you are not necessarily behind.
I really like that idea, Jake, because sometimes we think life has one correct schedule.
Yes, we imagine that by a certain age, we should have achieved certain things.
We think, by 25, I should know what I want.
By 30, I should have a great career.
By 35, I should own a house.
And maybe we think we should already be completely confident, successful, and happy.
But who created this schedule?
That is a very good question.
Sometimes it comes from our family.
Sometimes it comes from friends.
Sometimes it comes from society.
And sometimes, honestly, we create the pressure ourselves.
We compare our real life with an imaginary perfect life.
Exactly. And that comparison can make us feel like we're losing a race that we never agreed to join.
That is such a good way to describe it. We're running a race, but we don't even know who made the rules.
And the strange thing is that everyone is running on a different road.
Some people start early.
Some people start later.
Some people know exactly what they want when they are young.
Others need years to discover what they really want.
Some people change careers at 25.
Some change careers at 40.
Some people find love early, while others meet the right person much later.
And some people spend years building a life that looks successful from the outside, only to realize that it is not the life they actually want.
That is an important point. Life is not a competition where everyone has to reach the same places at the same time.
So today, while you're listening, I want you to think about one question. Here it is. Where in my life do I feel behind?
Maybe it's your career.
Maybe it's money.
Maybe it is education.
Maybe it is relationships.
Maybe it is your English.
Or maybe you simply feel that you should be further ahead than you are now.
You don't need to judge yourself. Just notice the feeling.
Because sometimes the first step is understanding where the pressure is coming from.
I remember a time when I compared myself with someone close to me.
What happened?
We were around the same age, but our lives looked completely different. This person had a stable career, knew exactly what they wanted, and seemed very confident.
And how did that make you feel?
Honestly, I felt like I was late. I thought, maybe I should have done more by now.
That feeling can be very heavy.
It was. I started looking at everything I had not achieved, instead of looking at everything I had learned.
That is something many people do. We create a list of what is missing, but we forget to create a list of what we have gained.
Exactly. I forgot about the difficult moments I had already survived.
I forgot about the skills I had developed.
And I forgot that my journey was different from that person's journey.
That last part is very important.
Yes, we often compare our Chapter 5 with someone else's Chapter 15.
And we don't know what happened in their first 14 chapters.
We don't know their problems, their failures, their opportunities, or the support they received.
We only see the result.
And then we judge ourselves by that result.
That is why comparison can be so unfair.
It can make a normal life feel like a failed life.
But being behind in one area does not mean you're failing in every area.
Maybe your career is moving slowly, but you are becoming a stronger person.
Maybe you don't have much money yet, but you're learning valuable skills.
Maybe you haven't found the right relationship, but you are learning to understand yourself better.
Maybe your English is not where you want it to be, but you can already understand conversations that you couldn't understand a year ago.
Progress is not always obvious when you are living inside it.
Sometimes you only notice it when you look back.
So if you feel behind today, pause for a moment.
Ask yourself, am I really behind or am I simply on my own path?
And maybe the answer will change the way you see your life.
You don't need to arrive at the same time as everyone else. You just need to keep moving toward a life that feels right for you.
I think one of the biggest reasons we feel behind is that we believe there is a perfect timeline for life.
Yes, and that timeline can feel very real, even though nobody actually gave it to us.
We hear things like, you should already have a career, or you should be married by now, and slowly those words become expectations inside our minds.
Then we stop asking, what do I want? And start asking, what should I have by now?
That is a very different question.
And sometimes the answer to, what do I want, is completely different from the answer to, what should I have?
Maybe you don't actually want the life you are comparing yourself to.
Maybe you don't want a huge house, a high-paying job, or a perfect relationship right now.
Maybe what you really want is peace.
Maybe you want time to learn, travel, create something, or simply understand yourself better.
And there is nothing wrong with that.
I think we should talk about social media too, because it can make this feeling much stronger.
Absolutely. Social media can make it look like everyone is moving forward except you.
You open your phone for 5 minutes and suddenly you see someone celebrating a new job.
Then someone is traveling in another country.
Someone else is buying a house.
Another person is getting married.
And another person is starting a successful business at 22.
Yes, and you are sitting there thinking, what am I doing with my life?
Yes, but social media usually shows moments, not the whole story.
You see the celebration, but not the years of work before it.
You see the new house, but not the financial stress behind it.
You see the successful business, but not the failed ideas that came before it.
And you definitely don't see every difficult morning, every doubt, and every private problem.
So, comparing your everyday life with someone else's best moments is not a fair comparison.
It's like comparing the full movie of your life with a few beautiful pictures from someone else's movie.
I love that example.
And there's another problem. Sometimes we compare ourselves with people who are simply on a different path.
Yes. Imagine two people who both want to be happy, but one wants a busy city life and the other wants a quiet life in the countryside.
They may make completely different choices.
One may work long hours to build a company.
The other may work fewer hours because free time is more important to them.
From the outside, one person may look more successful.
But success depends on what that person actually values.
This is why knowing yourself is so important.
If you don't know what you want, it is very easy to copy someone else's definition of success.
You start chasing goals because they look impressive, not because they're meaningful to you.
And even when you achieve them, you may still feel empty.
So instead of asking, am I ahead or behind, maybe we can ask a better question.
Am I moving in a direction that matters to me?
That question feels much healthier.
It also gives you control.
Because you cannot control how quickly another person succeeds.
But you can control your next step.
You can decide to learn one new skill.
You can apply for one job.
You can read 10 pages.
You can exercise, save a little money, or work on an idea you care about.
These actions may look small, but your future is built from small actions.
I think people sometimes expect progress to feel exciting.
Yes, but real progress is often boring.
You practice the same skill again and again.
You make small improvements that nobody notices.
You have ordinary days where nothing special happens.
But those ordinary days are still part of your journey.
And one day, you may look back and realize that those small steps completely changed your life.
So instead of saying, I wasted so much time, we can sometimes say, I learned a lot during that time.
That doesn't mean every difficult experience was good.
No, some experiences are painful and we don't need to pretend otherwise.
But we can still choose what we do with what happened.
And that choice can change the direction of our life. So maybe you are not late.
Maybe you are learning.
Maybe you are not behind.
Maybe you are preparing.
Maybe your story simply needs more time.
And there is nothing wrong with that.
There is one more thing I think we need to talk about, and that is the fear of starting late.
Yes, sometimes we know what we want, but we think it is too late now.
Maybe you want to learn a new language, change your career, start exercising, travel, or create something of your own.
But then you look at your age and think, other people started years ago. Why should I start now?
The truth is that starting now is still better than waiting another 5 years.
Exactly. 5 years will pass anyway.
And when those 5 years pass, you can either have 5 years of progress or 5 years of regret.
That doesn't mean you need to completely change your life today.
You can start with something very small.
Read one page.
Practice English for 10 minutes.
Learn one new skill.
Save a little money.
Take one step toward the person you want to become.
I think another important word here is patience.
Yes, patience means understanding that good things often need time.
We live in a world where we see fast results everywhere.
Someone becomes successful quickly. Someone loses weight quickly. Someone learns a skill quickly.
And because we see those stories, we sometimes expect our own progress to be fast too.
But real personal growth usually takes much longer than we imagine.
You cannot build confidence in one afternoon.
You cannot become fluent in a language in 1 week.
You cannot understand your whole life in one night.
And you don't need to.
You just need to keep learning,
Keep trying.
keep adjusting.
Keep moving.
Sometimes moving forward means taking action.
And sometimes moving forward means resting.
Sometimes it means saying no to something that is not right for you.
Sometimes it means leaving an old plan and choosing a new one.
Changing direction does not mean you failed.
It means you learned something new about yourself.
I think that is one of the most beautiful things about life. We are allowed to change our minds.
Yes, the dream you had at 18 does not have to be the dream you have at 30.
And the person you are today does not have to be the person you were 5 years ago.
You are allowed to grow.
You are allowed to begin again.
You are allowed to take a different path.
And you are allowed to move at your own speed.
So, let's review a few useful words from today's conversation.
The first word is timeline. A timeline is the order or schedule in which things are expected to happen.
For example, you can say, I don't want to follow someone else's timeline.
Another useful word is compare. To compare means to look at two things and notice their differences or similarities.
You can say, I often compare myself with other people.
We also used the word progress. Progress means movement toward improvement or a goal.
For example, my English is improving slowly, but I can see progress.
Another important word is patience.
Patience means staying calm and continuing when something takes time.
And finally, we used the word direction.
Direction means the way you are moving or the place you are trying to reach.
Your life does not have to look like someone else's life to be meaningful.
You don't have to achieve everything at the same age as everyone else.
You don't need to prove that you are successful every day.
And you definitely don't need to feel ashamed because your journey is taking longer than you expected.
Maybe today you are exactly where you need to be to learn something important.
Maybe your current situation is preparing you for something you cannot see yet.
So when you feel behind, stop and ask yourself, behind according to who?
Then ask, what actually matters to me?
And finally, ask, what is one small thing I can do today?
That last question is powerful because it brings your attention back to the present.
You cannot change yesterday.
You cannot control someone else's journey.
And you cannot know exactly what will happen 5 years from now.
But you can choose what you do today.
So please don't give up on yourself just because your life looks different from someone else's.
Don't call yourself a failure because you are still learning.
Don't call yourself late because your path is taking time.
And don't let someone else's success make you forget your own progress.
Your life is not a race.
There is no single correct age for success, love, confidence, learning, or starting again.
Everyone has their own time.
And your time is still your time.
If you are listening right now and you feel behind, take a deep breath.
Look at how far you have already come.
Then look at where you want to go.
You don't need to run.
You don't need to be perfect.
Just take the next step.
And then another one.
One day, you may look back and realize that you were never behind.
You were simply becoming who you needed to become.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
We hope this conversation helped you feel a little calmer and a little kinder toward yourself.
And remember, your journey does not need to look like anyone else's.
If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Chill English channel, like the video, and share it with someone who may need to hear this today.
And here's our question for you. What is one area of your life where you sometimes feel behind?
You can write your answer in the comments and practice your English at the same time.
Maybe start with, I sometimes feel behind when...
We would love to read your answers. Take care of yourself, keep learning, and remember that your story is still being written. You are not behind.
You are on your own journey.
See you in the next episode of Chill English Channel.